information and public elections for Tuesday, July 18th. The chair detects a quorum, and we're going to go over our consent agenda. So we're going to start with RS 2023-2327, RS 2023-2228, 2329, 2330. Is everybody good with that being on consent? And we're also going to throw on there 2004. Everyone good? Okay, so here we go for consent. RS 2023-2327, Porterfield honors the life of Bishop Marcus Campbell. RS 2023-2228, honors the life and service of K. Louise Snyder Simmons. RS 2023-2329 recognizes and congratulates Brandon Miller on being selected by the Charlotte Hornets in the 2023 NBA Draft. RS 2023-2330 recognizes Fox's Donut Den's 50th anniversary. And then items on second reading, we have BL 2023-2004. It amends the Metro Code to create a sustainability advisory committee to guide Nashville and Davidson counties' efforts to increase sustainability and resilience and further community livability and economic competitiveness. All right, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Any abstentions? All right, with that, our consent agenda passes. So we will move on to we'll go to, you want us to do late or, Merritt, do you care? We usually do late last, I thought. No? Okay, we'll go ahead. Okay. Late items, late filed ordinance, Roden Evans amends BL 2013-395 and approves an extension of 1 year to the initial term of the cable television franchise of Comcast of Nashville 1 LLC pending completion of the franchise renewal process. So emergency rule, why are we late?
Keith Durbin, Metro CIO. We reached out to Comcast earlier this year with some draft legislation and a draft amendment, and they did not get it back to us until after our deadline for the on-time filing. And so therefore we're coming to you for a 1 year extension. The last time we did this 10 years ago, we actually had 3 1-year extensions, and we regret the fact that it's late this time.
Okay, that sounds wonderful to everybody? Mm-hmm. Okay, we are okay with it. So the next one is mine. It amends chapter 10.16, 10.40, 10.44, and 10.72 of the Metro Code to provide provider-neutral language. This is one that, quite honestly, I've been working on, and we've met with health and things like that, and then it came to our last filing deadline, and I think I emailed Hannah at like 1 and was like, is this the last filing deadline? And she said yes. So I was late because it fell off my radar, so that's why I'm late. Mm-hmm. Do you have a problem with it?
Well, I was just going to say that I know we had talked about it when I was chair of public health and safety, which is over 1.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad to see you bring it to a conclusion before the end of your term. So anyway, I support you.
Thank you. Thank you. As you know, I have been working on it. Mm-hmm. Yes.
You are the last person I would expect to come before us with a late filed item.
It's unacceptable.
I know.
But this time I'm okay with it.
You're good.
But if you have a late filed ordinance next meeting.
Next meeting, I won't. I promise I won't have one for the next 2 meetings or the rest of my term. Edwina, are you okay too?
I am fine with it.
Thank you all so very much. I'll be embarrassed on the floor.
You knew this was going to happen, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I prepared for it. All right, so late filed amendment and late filed substitute to BL 2023-1882. It's an ordinance creating Chapter 2.153 of the Metro Code, establishing the Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Commission in Berkeley. So we've got a late file amendment and substitute, but we were y'all deferred in earlier committee. Do you want, I thought on this one, no? Am I getting confused on something else?
We moved the late file and we did not move the substitute.
Okay, so the amendment was, you moved.
Right.
What do you want us to say what are you going to do tonight?
I would love for you to approve it and say you understand the late filed nature was because the actual commission didn't get to meet until Monday, and it just took until Monday to have their recommendation to add.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Y'all good? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Oh, Berkeley, you have another one though.
Another late one.
Amendment to BL 2023-1993, an ordinance amending Chapter 1020 Waste Management and Title 16 Building and Construction, and to add the requirement that construction and demolition materials be diverted from landfills. So it's a Rule 13. Why are you late?
The reason we are late is there has been a back and forth between the actual amendment that was filed on Friday, which was sent to stakeholders, and they had some further comments which couldn't be incorporated until Monday. That's why it's late.
I'm okay. Y'all okay? Okay.
And then we deferred.
Okay. Berkeley, you're good. That covers everything.
Thank you.
All right, elections and confirmations, hospital, we're gonna take these both up at the same time. So hospital authority reappointment of Mr. Craig Lesser for a term expiring on July 11th, 2028. And then a hospital authority appointment of Ms. Christine Smith for a term expiring on November 4th, 2023. If y'all just wanna scoot your chairs up, you can get in or out of them. Yes, you'll just scoot up a little bit. Thank you so much. Yeah, exactly. You could race too. We'll see who gets here faster. So you both live in Davidson County, and you're registered voters here, and you don't serve on any other boards or commissions for Metro.
Correct.
All right, great. Mr. Lesser, why would you like to be reappointed?
I've only been on the board a few months. I was before this subcommittee or committee just earlier this winter, and I have learned a lot being on this board, and it's I think, a very important board. My background is in economic development, and I think healthcare is an important element of economic development and the health of a community. I have enjoyed it immensely. It is bringing some amazing new concepts I never understood or never needed to know how a hospital was run. And it's fascinating. I've met most of the members of the senior staff. I've spent a good bit of time there. And I have to tell you, I've really enjoyed it. And I hope to continue to contribute.
Questions?
So, do you have a goal that you didn't meet from being on before? So why you want to make sure that you do it this time? Or are there any goals that now you're being put on against, something that you say, I'm gonna try to do that?
What a great question, thank you. In thinking about that very quickly now, I don't have specific goals because I felt in the hopes that I would be confirmed for a full term, that I spent the last 3-4 months, 5 months learning. And now I feel like I'm in a position to sit down with the rest of the board at board meetings, to sit down with senior management of the hospital, to begin to develop my strategy in support of what the board wants to do and in support of what the administration is trying to do to serve the community.
Okay, so you didn't have anything specifically that in that role you thought you were gonna lay out for them or share with them or anything like that? And I understand if it's not, I was just
not
wondering.
specifically at this
Okay.
stage,
Okay.
because I'll tell you, it's been such an incredible learning process.
Cool. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Sure. So I see that you're involved with government affairs. It does not look like your clients really overlap much with healthcare and things like that. But if you were approached or your company had any healthcare clients, would you abstain and recuse from any discussions with the hospital if they ever cross over?
Absolutely, and my business, which I'm trying to retire from, is essentially back in Georgia. This is my home, my adopted state and my adopted city. And that is also motivation, because I did work in government literally, because I understand how important it is to give back.
So I grew up a block from where you live, and when your homes were being constructed, I played in all the dirt. So I've probably played in your yard before, yes. So.
Well, come back and see us.
All right, I don't think it will be as much fun, but probably a lot cleaner now. Do we have any other questions for Mr. Lesser? No. Okay, great. Ms. Smith, why would you want to serve on the hospital board?
That's a good trick question. No. I have already served our community on both Metro Parks and Recreation as well as our MNAA. And so I feel like having knowledge about the city workings, obviously managing massive projects, running big budgets has, I guess, teed me up for this type of position to continue serving. I also have a lot of history working with nonprofit boards throughout Davidson County as well, and chairing those boards. So I think my background in finance, which is I've been in for 23 years, also lends to no matter what sector you're in, you have to run a business. And I think that business acumen, experience both in government, nonprofit, and the corporate world, both at Merrill Lynch and running the office for Wells Fargo Advisors, tees me up to make me a great candidate for the position.
Questions?
I have one.
Yeah.
So, I know this was a very busy committee, and all of the other things that you're doing sounds like it's tremendously busy, a lot of energy going into it. But if you had to pick one thing that you would want to hold up to say, I'm proud that I was a part of working on this while you were on the committee, what would that be?
Let me just make sure I'm clear. While I'm working as a participant or a board member with
Yes.
the county general,
Yes.
I will tell you, I'm proud to have 2 children out of my home and graduated from high school. The last one finished. So I'm as proud as a mother. This is my second one. He leaves for college in August. So, you know, what are we gonna have for dinner? We're done having that question very shortly. So I would think that was my greatest accomplishments. But other than that, I run a good business, and I love my clients. I've been in wealth management for 23 years, and you know, I love the relationship. I love helping people achieve their goals, and having a plan to do so. And I think those are the things that are very motivating to me. But I've always been, as a child, taught to give back, and so I do that, and I get that balance through government and nonprofit work. So, but I would say the children first. Getting ready to be an empty nester.
Thank you, I understand, thank you. Thank you, Madam President.
Any follow-up, Antoinette, you good?
I'm good, thank you.
Antoinette's proud of graduating me too. All right, so I have a motion and a second to approve this reappointment and a new appointment. All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Any abstentions? Thank you so much. Y'all are welcome to stay, or you can move to the big room.
I think we'll move to the big room. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do we have Jeremy Mercer today?
He withdrew his name for consideration of his work obligations. He decided we'd keep him. So
Ms. Sasser, would you like to
Scooch.
scoot on up?
I'll just stand and roll
Thank you.
since it's just me.
You live in Davidson County?
I do.
You're a registered voter here?
I am.
And do you serve on any other boards or commissions in Metro?
I do not.
All right. Tell us why you would, so this is an appointment for a term expiring July 18th, 2025. Why would you like to serve on the MTA board?
Well, I have a deep affection for public servants, and I've always been interested in public service myself. I think the Metro Transit Authority is a very interesting agency. I've now been in Nashville. I'm not a native, but I've been here 20 years, so I've seen the incredible growth of the city. And I think what makes a city great is that it's accessible and available to all its citizens. And so I think ensuring that the Transit Authority provides an ability for everyone, especially those who are in need of affordable housing in Nashville, the ability to get from their home to the places they need to go is pretty key right now. So I think it would be interesting to be a part of making that happen.
Hey, questions?
I don't have a question, but I do have a comment. As you're working on your committee and you're looking for things, if you are reappointed with the vote. But a piece of it would be to make sure the southeast somehow always gets left out of things. To make sure when you all are looking at different things and coming up with different ideas about things, that area is looked at as well. Some of the comments in the past about why so many transit things aren't out there was because, well, we don't have that many people to use it. Well, we don't because of the number of stops there's a lot of reasons why not. And so the reasons why not dictate why it's not taken out there. So, just that part of the, city is very important as well.
I will keep that in mind, and I appreciate that.
Thank you,
Dave.
Madam Chair.
You didn't want to address the high school?
Taken care of.
Dave got his taken care of, so good thing Antoinette's got another term. Anything else? All right, all in favor? Aye. Any against? Any abstentions? Thank you for your service. Thank you. All right, that concludes us today. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
You didn't give anybody their ice cream tickets. I'll do